You are about to see the exciting journey of 14 collegiate teams who designed, built, and operated 14 fully functional net zero homes to compete in the 2015 Department of Energy Solar Decathlon. Join us now to see the world's most innovative houses being built, being tested, and being judged so you can find out who walks away with the 2015 title and trophy and how they won it. To tell us more about this contest and the construction period is event director Richard King.
In 9 days, we're going to have 14 fully functional competition houses that will be ready to be measured and judged, but also open to the public so the public can come in and tour these houses. The Solar Decathlon is a 2-year program for schools of architecture and engineering to design from the ground up a solar-powered, high-efficiency, zero-emission house. Then for the competition, they have to bring them here. We assemble them in one big, large village. What you're looking at is a lot of trucks bringing in these houses from all over the country. Some of them build one big modular house that's on a truck. Some of them, they're in 2 pieces. Some of them are in 4 pieces. So we invite the public to come, take tours of these houses, see the students in action, and also see which house is going to win.
Let's see how each of these teams builds their house in just 9 days, and we'll get a first look at the finished product.
Our house is the Nest home, and this is our 6th time competing in the Solar Decathlon. Our construction assembly strategy is actually based off of our mistakes from 2013. We have come up with a couple different ways to modify our construction to make it better. For example, we used an entirely steel foundation so that the wood doesn't warp during transportation. Right now we are actually craning our shipping containers into place. We have 3 of them, so they'll be arranged on the frames that are currently empty on the house. After that, we'll be able to crane our roof on, and then we'll have a house by the end of the day.
Let's go Miners victory!
This is Indigo Pine, and we're from Clemson University, and this is our first year participating in the Solar Decathlon. So our house is fully made of plywood, and we'll cut these out into these individual, unique pieces that fit together like a 3D puzzle, and then we take stainless steel zip ties to secure everything, and that creates our structure, our cabinetry, our wall panels, our siding, everything you see on our house. We are putting up our zip panels to close in the house. And then later on, we will put up the siding and get the roof on there too.
1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, C-L-E-M-S-O-N-D-I-G-E-R-S. Fight.
We're Grow Buffalo, building the Grow home. We're from Buffalo, New York, and this is our first time competing in the Solar Decathlon. So the 2 modules we finished back in Buffalo, New York, and we shipped them here on flatbed trucks, and we just craned them into place yesterday afternoon through the evening and bolted them right into the foundation. So the main living quarters of the house itself is pretty much finished. You can see it behind me. So we consolidated all the plumbing in just one of the modules so that we don't have to make any plumbing connections here in California. Instead, it's just the mechanical and electrical which come together in a simple plug-and-play system. Today, we're going to start constructing that steel canopy structure. So we just finished up the modules. Starting this afternoon, we'll start putting up some of the steel columns and the beams and the rafters and everything that supports the solar panels themselves.
Let's grow Buffalo! Let's grow Buffalo!
We're Team Sacramento State. This is our Reflect home, and this is the first time we've competed. This house is built in 5 modules plus a garage. We built the house from the ground up as you see it today, and then we split it apart into the 5 sections. This is the first time we've pulled it apart and put it back together. So in the next 6 days, we have to get all of our mechanical, electrical, and plumbing systems reconnected. We need to finish all the touch-up inside. We need to install our floors, and we have 2 large accordion doors that should be arriving today. And we need to assemble all of our exterior patio space. For being the first time we pulled it apart and put it back together, everything went exactly as planned. So we're actually feeling really good about where we're at right now.
We are
The name of our team is Massachusetts Central America. The primary school is Western New England University with the Technical University of Panama and Unitec of Honduras. This is our first time in the Solar Decathlon. So the name of our house is the Easy House. It showed up yesterday, which was one of the last houses to arrive. But due to our strategy, it's a one-piece modular unit home. So hopefully we're right in line with everyone else in the competition. In the next 5 days, we need to design the ramp system for both means of egress. We need to get this 5 kilowatt solar panel system installed on the house, and we need to attach our fire protection and plumbing, everything on the inside and out, so we're ready for competition.
Problem solved!
The name of our team is Crowder Drury. The name of our house is Sheltered Cubes, and while this is our first time teaming up with Drury University, Crowder College has been in the decathlon twice before. Well, one thing that we are using again is our system to offload the house. The system's called the Binkley system, and it works by using a hydraulic jack that we set on each corner of the house, and we're able to raise that house up and off a truck bed. We have movers on that jack system that will actually allow the house to roll in an XY formation, and that way we can get our house set in the exact spot that we want it.
What we built, Shelter Cube! What we built, Shelter Cube! What we built, Shelter Cube!
We are Team West Virginia Rome. We're West Virginia University and the University of Rome Tor Vergata. This is our second time in the Solar Decathlon competition. We're here to present STYLE, which is pronounced stile in Italian. It stands for Sustainable Technologies Integrated in a Learning Experience. This time around we built a core which houses all of our plumbing and all of our electrical, and we brought that in from Morgantown already pre-made, and that way we could build on top of that rather than rebuilding the whole house. Today our biggest challenge is installing the windows. We have a 40-foot long window on the south side and sliding glass window doors on the east and west sides. One of the biggest challenges is they came from Italy from one of our sponsors, and we had to keep them in the crate in Morgantown so that we can ship them to California. So we never got a chance to install them. And here we're finding out that we need the special equipment to put them up. We don't have that equipment yet, but we're really hoping to get that today.
We are New York Team Alfred with the Alf House, and our school has competed in this competition for the second time, the first time we competed in China. Our strategy was to use SIPS panels, which are structurally insulated panel system, which allows us to use only 2 panels for our north wall instead of stick framing, which should save us about 3 days in time. One of the problems we had to solve was we accidentally knocked our house off the foundation by about 2 inches, and our instructor, who's also our forklift operator, was not here at the time to help us figure out the problem, so we all got a board and pushed the house back manually to the right position.
Who are we? Team Alfred! Who are we? Team Alfred!
We're Stevens Institute of Technology, Team Stevens, and this is the Sure House. This is our 3rd entry into the Solar Decathlon. For our 2,700-mile journey, we knew we had to design modularly, so we actually designed with 3 15-foot wide modules for our home. One of them being the wet module where all the plumbing is done, so we don't have to cross modules with that. And then we have some electrical and HVAC connections that go inter-modules. We had to design this to be airtight, floodproof, and then come apart and come back together here in Irvine. So the inside is coated with a film that we had to cut apart and then tape back up once we got here. And then the exterior, we used marine caulking to seal back up.
S-U-R-E! 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 Sure House!
Our team name is Team Texas Germany, and our house name is the Nexus House. And Team Texas Germany has only competed once before, but the Texas team has competed 2 times before this one. Well, in terms of the steel structure, it was a big challenge because it was prefabricated and never put up before we came to Irvine. We didn't know when we first came how to put it up safely. Perhaps we use a hand-operated lift and a combination of scaffolding. Ran that by with the safety officers here in Irvine and got the green light to go. And Thankfully, we were able to safely and successfully put up the steel structure in just 2 days.
Nexus! House! Nexus! House! Nexus! House!
We are Team Aggie Soul with UC Davis. This is our first time competing in the Department of Energy's Solar Decathlon. Now, the ideal assembly strategy for this home is it would be set on a dirt location in some agricultural setting. Because we're on an asphalt setting and not on dirt, this particular application was less effective. The roller systems required going a little bit lower just due to the slope. Well, we fixed the problem by dropping the axles and dragging them from under Mod B. Once that was done, we had about an extra 8 inches of room underneath the house that we could lower it. We only needed 4. At that point, we can bring the home together and lift it up very slowly until the juncture between the 2 homes is perfectly met, and we have 24 6-inch long bolts on the bottom and 24 bolts on the top. And that is the structural connection between our 2 houses. It's extremely quick and extremely easy.
Go Aggies!
We are Team Orange County. Our house is Casa del Sol, and this is our first time ever competing in the Solar Decathlon. So our biggest challenge with respect to assembly, though, was the fact that we didn't modularize our utility room, which is an extension of our carport. Building out our carport, getting our utility room up and running is really important because we have some exotic mechanical, electrical, and plumbing systems, kind of first of its kind, never been done before in a residential application. Now, in order to really do that effectively, we need as many days as possible to bring our systems back online and test them. Then the other extension of that challenge, though, we face is inspections, and there's a whole slew of them we have to run through, and really they're all going to be compressed in the last day or 2 in order to make sure that we pass and open for competition.
OC! Team OC!
We are New York City Tech from the New York City College of Technology in Brooklyn, and this is our first time competing. The dirt home is an all wood frame structure, and we chose wood because it's a renewable resource and it's a breathable resource. Because our house is made out of wood, it also presents challenges in terms of getting the modules back together. Getting the bolts within a 1/4 inch is definitely a major challenge. The result is a lot of shifting and a lot of movement and a lot of nail biting.
Give me a D! D! Give me a U! U! Give me an R! R! Give me an A! A!
We are Team Solar Cal Poly. Our house's name is In-House, and Cal Poly has competed in the Solar Decathlon once before in 2005. So one of our challenges was that we have very few students here because we are in the middle of a 10-week school session. And so with that, we had to provide a house that was mostly complete when we got here to minimize the amount of labor needed on site. We planned our days very efficiently to accommodate the labor that we had, and with that we were able to keep our daily goals and keep the whole project on schedule, and it worked very successfully for us.
We are Solar Cal Poly! Go Mustangs!
So, how does one win the Solar Decathlon? There are, of course, 10 contests which make up the Solar Decathlon, each worth 100 points. Teams earn points in 3 different ways. They meet measurement standards, they perform tasks in the home, and each team presents to a panel of industry expert jurors who award them points. The instrumentation officials monitor the houses for measured contests. They explain there are a total of 220 potential points to be earned.
The way that breaks down is that 100 of those points are given on how well the teams keep their houses comfortable. Another 100 points is their energy use. The refrigerator and freezer are worth just 20 points combined. However, 20 points can determine the whole contest at the end.
So we have wireless temperature and humidity sensors for the house. Some of them are measuring the temperature and humidity of the rooms inside the house. And then we also have a measurement of the refrigerator temperature and the freezer temperature. And then outside the house, we're also measuring total energy going in and out of their house from the grid. And we can look at any of those numbers and graph them on our software here in our trailer.
Here we see on our graph over here, we're measuring, these are all of the indoor temperature measurements. Indoor temperatures, teams score full points if their indoor temperature measurements are between these dashed lines. So the teams here, all these colored lines that were within those points, they were earning full points during that part of the contest. And what a lot of us get excited about is to look at the energy balance. And the team that produced the most energy compared to their consumption is Team Crowder-Drury up here. You can see they're definitely the pack leaders. These teams, though, after the first day of the contest, they're all winners because the purpose of this contest is to show that you can produce more energy than you consume. So if the contest were to stop right now, these teams would all be winners. They've all produced more energy than they've consumed.
So in the competition, half the points are associated with juries and half are associated with how well a team can operate their house. So we have the appliances contest, which is worth 100 out of the total 1,000 points. Within that, the various different appliances have different values depending on how much energy they use and how difficult they are to complete.
Some of the tasks that must be completed with appliances include daily cooking, daily laundry, and dishwashing. Volunteers observe each of these tasks and make sure each team complies with contest rules which simulate everyday real-life living. But the contest acknowledges chores aren't the only thing we do in our homes.
And we have home life, which includes movie night, dinner party, and keeping the lights on.
So last night, our Solar Decathlon cameras visited the Solar Village to see what was happening.
So tonight is a night where teams host a movie night. What that involves is teams invite over 2 guests from each opposing team until we have a total of 6 guests, and then we invite an additional 2 guests who are VIPs. And the night is to prove that the house is both comfortable and livable, and that you can host a night and still stay within the energy bounds that are set by the Solar Decathlon.
Event director Richard King tells us about another contest that falls under the task completion category.
Some consider this the most important contest of the Solar Decathlon. It's not architecture, engineering, or energy balance. In fact, it's only worth 10 points out of 1,000. But magic happens when these teams sit down together to share a solar meal.
So on the table right now we have our Orange County Caprice, which is a rustic loaf multi-grain sourdough.
Tonight we had our stormy supper where we started with a baked brie served with sliced almonds and raspberry preserves.
Well, we're starting out with a fall salad because it is autumn, regardless of the fact that it is unbelievably warm.
Well, this evening consists of a 4-course meal that was designed for us by Chef Alex Geiger of the Public House in St. James, Missouri.
14 teams made 14 meals that would rival most restaurant experiences. The purpose of the dinner parties is to prove these houses are truly functional by entertaining a party of 8, made up mostly of fellow opponents. Could that be a recipe for disaster?
Oh, the food was amazing. Definitely one of the highlights of the competition for sure.
I just like sitting down and just discovering that they're real people, you know, that we're all in this. We've all gone through the same thing, but just everyone's a good person and we're just having a good time together and we like to laugh at the end of the day.
This is perhaps the best opportunity to have a sit down and just mingle with the other students. I think this is great. I think we should do it even 3 times instead of 2.
Every night. In 2015, the Solar Decathlon made history by adding a brand new task.
The Solar Decathlon is about showing that zero net energy life is here now. Teams are required to consume energy every day just like you and me. And a typical family of 4 doesn't sit around every day. There's groceries to get, soccer games to go to. Heck, some of us even have to commute to work now and then. So we added a new commuting contest. Think of it as expanding the competition from a house to a household.
The commuting contest requires each team to use their solar systems to charge an electric vehicle at their house. Each vehicle must be driven a distance of 25 miles per trip, with a total of 8 trips during the competition. As the teams embarked on their daily commute, the Solar Decathlon transformed into the first ever solar charged parade. Teams borrowed cars from friends and dealerships to make up this year's solar charged fleet. If the team successfully charges their car and drives the 25 miles per trip, the team will be awarded 100 points for the commuting contest. And finally, there are 5 juried contests worth a total of 500 points. 3 industry experts for each contest tour these houses, judge them, and then tally the results, which are announced at the awards ceremonies during the final days of the competition.
The first place winner from Market Appeal is
Stevens Institute of Technology.
We feel we won the Market Appeal contest because we really designed this home for us. A lot of the kids on our team from the Stevens community grew up down the shore, so we really knew what this target market was. So some of the features of this house that really make it special is when the population swells in the summertime, we have a lot of indoor and outdoor spaces that really can accommodate this. And in the wintertime, we're allowed to kind of hunker down and ride out the cold weather.
Finishing as the first place winner of the U.S. Department of Energy Solar Decathlon 2015 Affordability Contest is, exciting, it's a tie. The first place winner is University of California, Davis.
This home features one of the most unique and innovative HVAC solutions you will see here at the Solar Decathlon. We have absolutely no air conditioning system in this home. We've replaced it with a floor-based radiant cooling solution, which reduces the cost of this home down to $250 a square foot.
The next first place winner is Mass Central America, Western New England University, Universidad Tecnológica de Panama, and Universidad Tecnológica Centroamericana.
So our main focus of the whole competition was to make the house as simple and affordable as possible. As you can see, we have the typical design of a New England house. Another thing we did was choose simple and affordable mechanical systems such as our fans in each room and the tankless water heater system.
Finishing as the first place winner in the U.S. Department of Energy Solar Decathlon 2015 Architecture Contest is Stevens Institute of Technology.
The defining feature for us was really giving our community what it needed, a mix of local vernacular architecture with high-performance building and storm resiliency. So we bring a sustainable and resilient prototype for these coastal communities that are really vulnerable down the shore where we come from.
Finishing as the first place winner of the U.S. Department of Energy Solar Decathlon 2015 contest is Stevens Institute.
Really, the story behind our house is a very personal one. Hurricane Sandy not only affected the Northeast and New Jersey, but we were really affected over at Stevens Institute. So a lot of that communications, the successes we had on our website and videos and various outreaches we made came directly from our teammates who, if they weren't personally affected, their families were affected by it. So with this house, we've tried to educate people as to how to build sustainably and resiliently for their own projects in the future.
And finally, it was time to announce the overall winner.
First place overall winner of the Solar Decathlon 2015 goes to Stevens Institute of Technology.
Our floodproofing aspects, a lot of the testing that we did for our shutters and the entire floodproofing design that we made. From the very beginning, we thought we not only wanted to model, design something great, but we also really wanted to test it before coming here. So that was kind of central. They really appreciated the energy modeling that we did for the house. Basically modeling the home throughout the year to try and account for how much energy we think we're going to use back in New Jersey based on the climate. We were able to place as first place in 7 of the 10 contests at the Decathlon this year, which was absolutely amazing for us. We performed better than we ever thought was possible. And our team couldn't be more excited. Our first time participating in 2011, we got 14th place. Back in 2013, we got 4th place, and now with first place. The trajectory has been amazing, and I know it's been an amazing educational experience for everyone that's touched the project in any way. So we're really proud for our school, Stevens, and also for New Jersey.
Congratulations to you at Buffalo, who finished 9 points behind Stevens with 941 points. And finishing in the 3rd place position with a total of 910 points is Team Solar Cal Poly. We'd also like to congratulate every team for achieving their net zero status in 2015. For information about future solar decathlons across the globe, go to solardecathlon.gov.